Hi and welcome to part 3 of drawing Eleanor the Yorkshire Terrier. So as you can see, we're already quite far into this portrait. So what I'm doing at the moment is just tidying up the middle of the face. And the really great bit about this part is that I got to put in those lovely layers that then overlap the eyes. And one of the things that made this portrait look so realistic are the gorgeous little hairs that overlap, because she's got all these overflowing hairs, and the ones that go over the top of other objects are what give it that more three-dimensional look. So that is what makes it look more real. So I'm now working on the nose, and as you'll be able to see, even though this is a much quicker version, you can see how many colours I put into that nose just to give it that sort of life to it. So there were greens, there were blues, there were browns. It's not just a black and a grey nose. And then I'm just working on the area around the mouth. As you'll see, I went in with darker tones to begin with. So there's really deep reds, there's browns, and then I've gone over the top with the lovely bright highlights and those lovely pinks just around where the mouth is. So I'm going in with those sort of coppery, auburn sort of tones. And I've put in soft pastels. I've used my Unison soft pastels, and then I've rubbed them in with a cotton wool bud just to get that lovely soft look underneath, because what you want to get is that lovely base layer where it all sort of blends together so that the colours that you put on top, the tones, the detail that you put on top, it doesn't look really harsh. You want there to be that sort of soft blended look underneath, and that's what will help to get you the realism. So again, I've gone in with those darker tones, and then I'm going over the top with my pencils just to get the details in. And through a lot of this tutorial, I didn't speak as much as with the other two parts of this tutorial if you've watched the real-time one with me on Patreon, because I wanted you to be able to look at what I was doing and follow what I was doing rather than listening to everything I was saying. So if I was doing something new, I talk through it. But if it's quite repetitive, like here, I'm just putting in the direction of the hairs with the black pencil, and it's very repetitive motion. So it's literally more of a watch and see what I'm doing rather than me saying exactly every single step of what I'm doing. So yeah, so I've put in the black just to get the basic direction of the fur here, and then I'm going in with my browns, and I'm just gradually building up those layers. So I've got the darker tones underneath, and then I'm gradually building up to the highlights on top that will make this look like real fur. It'll make it look soft, it'll make it look real. And then you can go back in as well with the black, which I've done there, just to get those darker tones as well, because you're always playing off the darks and the lights against each other. And if you feel like you need more of a shadow tone underneath to make it look more realistic, then that is absolutely fine. You can do that. So her texture here was really gorgeous. It was really soft, and it was a different sort of color. So I was picking up lots of the umber sort of tones. Obviously we're doing her leg here, so it's those more coppery, golden, orangey tones. But throughout the rest of her body, it was more of the raw umber, the burnt ochres, lovely sort of earthy, natural earth tones. So there were lots of lovely different shades in this. So we're not working with predominantly just the golden tones. We get to use some other colors in here as well. And it's the basic method. I'm either using the Unison soft pastels, or I'm going in with my pan pastels, getting that base layer in. And then I'm just going over the top with the pencils just to get that detail built up. So you'll see that I am still using the cotton wool bud just to soften it out slightly. So I'm putting in some details, some colour. I'm making it lovely and soft. And then I'm putting in some more detail, some more colour. I'm smoothing it out just to get that really soft, lovely appearance. And obviously the more layers that you put in, the more realistic it will look. So I really hope you've enjoyed seeing Eleanor come to life. If you would like to watch the real-time tutorial, it is now available on my Patreon channel. So this one is 4 hours long. It's a hefty part of the tutorial, but I do talk you through in real time what I'm doing, and you can see in real time exactly what I'm doing, so how I got this result. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful and gave you some insight into how I drew Eleanor, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.